this is actually what it looks like. Within like a day, it's just a mess. So I'm gonna clean it up and we'll do a little tour. Hi guys, today I'm really excited. I shared putting together my craft desk, which you can kind of see there, on Instagram, and a few people wanted a tour. So before I get it too crazy, creative, messy, I wanted to give you a quick tour. It's just getting set up and not everything really has a place yet, so it's still a work in progress, but I wanted to share it with you so I could start creating and start making a mess. I'm just gonna go around my room and kind of share how it's set up. It is recently set up, so there still might be some, little kinks and things to rearrange and work out. I still have this kind of stuff to put away and find a better way to utilize the cart, but there's just 4 IKEA units, so 2 of these larger ones, they're a bit wider, and 2 of these more narrow ones. This narrow one has a large bottom drawer, so it's very deep. I have journals in there. And then for this narrow one, it has 2 kind of more shallow drawers. And then here's the other wider one, and then a filing cabinet with a printer on top, because you need a printer to run a small business, a small Etsy. And then I have my laptop again for Etsy and editing and social media. I have this really cool big large table, a big large cutting mat. I also have a mat that I use for painting and distressing and gluing. So I'm not too worried if it gets all gunked up. I'm not worried if the table gets paint on it or anything. I just am gonna try and keep it on here so that my table doesn't get sticky. That's what I hate the most, is glue on the table. I don't care about paint or distress, I just don't like the glue. I also have this plant. I just bought it from the clearance section, so I'm bringing it back to life. Hopefully it gets enough sun in front of this window. I also have a little container full of paintbrushes. I keep my Mod Podge and water on the table as well as some water. I really love this table. It's huge, it's awesome. And then the best, there's a second layer. So it has this kind of industrial pipe thing. This desk, my boyfriend, we kind of worked together. I told him what I wanted and he delivered. So it has a second layer and I can have all of my kind of storage, large storage under here. But the top of the desk still looks totally clean. There's all this storage and then all of this storage, so it's so cool. I love it, and I'm gonna share a little bit more about what's in the drawers. Starting in this corner, I have, like I said, the printer and then paper. Sorry, that is the horrible sound. Just different kinds of paper. They're all kind of labeled, so like sticker, this is like cardstock and colored pieces of paper, different types of stationery, different types of paper, and then I also have printer stuff and then my actual files and shipping supplies, just kind of printer stuff. I also have some canvases hidden back there and a really cool chair. It was a find, and then what we did is we just glued it on, or we screwed it together with a little rolling base. So now I have a little office chair so I can do my work at my computer and print off shipping labels and all my good stuff from here, watch TV, create, craft, do all that fun stuff. And right next to it, I have one of these wider IKEA drawers. I believe they're called Alex. And on top, I have this beautiful washi drawer. I also have other tapes along the side, but all of the washi is in this IKEA container, which I can throw out onto my desk. I can easily sort through it. They're kind of organized by color. These ones in the back are just ones that don't stick together, so they're like glitter. These ones are lighter colors, pinks, blues, and then blacks and stuff like that. So I can just pull this out on my desk and then pull it right back in there. And there's all my washi. I also have all of my stamping stuff. Again, I can take this out if I want to, but I don't access these stamps as often, but they fit really beautifully in here. I have all my stamping stuff, roller stamps, all my inks. I just keep them face down. I feel like that just makes the ink go like to the bottom, which is the top, you know? So I just keep all my inks in there. Staples, because I have my tiny attacher and a stapler and just other tools like a corner rounder and punches and scissors. Just stuff to have on hand. This one has die cuts and like ephemera stuff just organized in here. There's also these stickers or these pouches in the back. This one has paint chips in it. I don't remember what this one has. Oh, just little pockets, but they're just organized back there. There's also pockets on the side as well as tabs. And then, like I said, just ephemera and die cuts organized in there. Stickers. So I just kind of have 2 piles of stickers along the side and I just kind of go through them. There's these pouches of stickers in the middle that have different kind of themes that I like to keep together. And then a little container with stickers up here. Have 2 little containers with, this one has gems and this one has sequins. So pretty. Next drawer, note cards and like journaling cards. So these are like the Post-it, stationery, Target, Dollar Spot. Oh my goodness, I have so many freaking Post-it notes section in the back, and then journaling cards. So 3x4, 3x5, 4x6, and just little journaling spots. On the bottom is just paper. All of my paper, other than, you know, what's organized in here. This is kind of all like scrapbooking paper, so 12 by 12 pattern, like packs. There's little note cards. There's 6 by 6 paper in here, collage sheets and paper like this size, along with like note cards. Scraps are even in here, so it's kind of everything, and having it all in one place means I go through it all and I use more than I would if like I had 12 by 12 paper, 6 by 6 paper, scraps, all separated. If they're kind of all together, I know it's a little bit jumbled and messy, but I am able to really kind of go through my collection and utilize it to its the most of its abilities. Is that the phrase? Best of its abilities? I don't know. But I just keep going on the little tour. This one is kind of my paint and like messy, fun little section. What's this? Oh yeah, painting. So like paint rags and palettes. I have little paper plates that I use as palettes. I also have real palettes and like just rags, scrapers, tools, fun paint stuff, more fun paint stuff. So all of my stencils, I'm not really sure how this is gonna work. I just thought I would have easy access to them right here. And just like texture makers, clips to hold back pages. I also use those in like Happy Mail and stuff. All my mediums that aren't like pens, pencils, and markers. So starting in the back, stuff I don't use as often. Crayons, watercolors, pastels, inks, more watercolors. These are palettes I use often. And then acrylic paints, sprays, fun stuff, tissue paper, and napkins. And then on the bottom is like ribbon and trim. So that's that one. That's this side, lots of fun. There's storage and, like I said, the cool underlayer has all this fun stuff, all this fun storage. This one is just product I want to use up. This is out of my old craft room, these like drawers. And I have all of these alphabet stickers that I don't use. So I need to find a fun project that uses up a lot of those, and then I can get rid of them. Another little container thing here for my stamps. So I have all my stamping stuff right here, and then I have my actual stamps in these little CD plastic things. And extra glue gun and extra glue. I have a glue gun in here as long as a heat tool and a microphone for voiceovers. A current projects little bin, so I have papers that I'm working with, little die cuts, and fun stuff that I'm working with at the moment. I'll pull it out onto my desk and then shove everything back in there. So I have a nice clean desk, it looks good. We made kind of a little cutout notch in this corner so I could have a chair. I could sit here and not bump my knee. There is a bit of an overhang, you can see. The table is a bit wider than the drawers, so that's really nice. It's a huge workspace. I love it. And the next little drawer section has lots of tech stuff, like old phones, speakers, wires, USB cords, camera, all that kind of tech stuff. Office stuff like label maker and rulers and triangles. This one has snacks and just my paper trimmer. And like I said, this bottom one has journals. It's nice and deep, so it fits lots of journals, and I work on lots of different things at a time. So it's nice to have them all kind of in here. I can pick my art journal. I have a pen pal, traveler's notebook, sketchbook, whatever I want to work on, it's right there. And then I also have my junk journal kind of at easy access. My Oracle cards at easy access. More storage on this side, just stuff that's too big and doesn't fit in the drawers. Gems and beads in these ones. They're organized so beautifully. They're all organized like that. There's lots of stones and beads, cards, and then like foreign money, like weird random coins and like beads and stuff are in there. I just haven't gone through it, but this is all just storage down under this top layer. There's also a trash can in the back, and I like to recycle these old like cereal boxes and food boxes, so those are back there as well. I have a Rascog cart that needs to be organized, but mainly it's just larger stuff. Junk journal inventory for Etsy, and papers that I use a lot for like journaling and stuff. Shipping stuff, so like stamps and envelopes and tape. There's also more shipping stuff on the bottom, as well as my magazines and art magazines and art journal stuff, publications. And the last Alex drawer. Last one, yay! This one just has commonly used supplies, so I have like pencils, highlighters, white pens, all the way from like paint pens to gel pens, chalk markers, whiteout pens, black pens, again, paint pens, Hobonichi pens, all of the fun like art pens like Faber-Castell or the Microns, lots of glue. Office supplies. There's lots of glue in the back as well for backups. More pens. These are all like pens, I guess. Like colored pens, gel pens, regular pens, Sharpies, black and color, and then markers and like glitter pens, paint markers, alcohol markers, just random markers I don't use very often. Colored pencils and like watercolor pencils. I'm not really sure. This one's just kind of random, but it's stuff that I use often. I was able to fit these little containers in here, so I have like clips and paper clips, A lot of these little felt ones are from Bookends Planning. I will have the Etsy shop linked. And then just like regular paper clips are in here. There's another little organizer in the back with wood, like embellishments and wood pieces. Lots of tools in the center to do like jewelry or whatever I fancy doing that day. There's also buttons and embroidery thread. This next one has these file folder organizer things. They just have collections of stuff. This one has doilies, and there's like tabs, so this one's organized by size, smallest in the front, largest in the back. This one has magazine cutouts, so just cool images from magazines or articles from magazines in here. And then I have room to grow in these purple ones. What's next? Oh yeah, this one's a little tight, but I was able to fit 8, one on top of the other, of these organizers full of like beads and charms, embellishments, old jewelry, broken jewelry, costume, chains, stuff I use for like charms and bookmarks and stuff like that. So that's all in there. Oh, come on. Like I said, it's a little tight. And then on the bottom is sewing. So like thread, rotary cutters, more thread. It's not very organized. It's just all like stuff together. And then I have a collection of patches that I put onto bags and stuff like that. And that's my desk. I have my sewing machine up here. Normally it has this little cover on it. It's always plugged in and ready to go, so it's really nice and convenient. The presser foot is hidden right under here, so I just have to move the cart, and it's all set up and ready to go. And I love it. I love my crafter. Like a futon couch thing. I have this skirt, and it's hiding all of this mess, and this is like all things I collect for my junk journals. So it's just a bunch of paper, ephemera, and stationery stuff, and this is what I make my junk journals out of. I just keep it hidden under there, and then when I work on it, I pull it out, and then you see I have all of my supplies that I can pull from to make a really kind of eclectic, recycled junk journal, and it's all hidden in there. So I really like that. I have clothes and makeup in here, and then my inspiration wall, just full of stuff that inspires me. Still growing. It's summer right now, so there's lots of florals, but that's it. That's my room. So let me know any ideas in the comment section. Like I said, it still needs a coat of paint, but I spent a lot of money on the organization and on the desk, so it's gonna have to be budget decoration from now on. And it'll probably just be a coat of paint eventually whenever we're done with the renovations that are going on in the rest of the house. I also took the light out of my studio light, which I'll have linked on Amazon. These have been tried and true. I have the other mount up there, so I can have these mounted to point down on my desk. But what I did instead was I took the light out and I just put it in my fixture, my regular fan fixture. And now it keeps my room super bright and beautiful, and I have these lovely windows to let in lots of light as well.